Innovative skills practice from the refugee and host communities has seen a number of youth combat climatic change and provide adaptive solutions, which in turn provides employment. Rose Adrili, the vice chairperson of Joint Effort Group from Mvepi Refugee Settlement, says the members identified the problem of environmental degradation and provided solution. The group collects disposable plastic waste and makes baskets, designed flowers from it and other items. The group also produces rope for nursery children to play with. The group managed to win $5,000, an equivalent of 18 million, which will support and expand their innovative skills in the community.
We came up with a problem of environmental degradation, whereby we also have the solution, and through the solution we are recycling the waste product into use, whereby more especially the caveras which we are using for producing baskets, and the containers themselves we are also producing doormats and ropes for nursery kids for playing, and we produce some flowers out of the containers. Okay, we are using the plastic materials which whenever we dump them anyhow they cannot decompose. Out of it we have produced a flower which is here out of the plastic material. And secondly, the caveras, we are recycling them for producing baskets, whereby we use the caveras and the needle we knit, and out of it, this is the basket we have produced out of the caveras. And the cape also, which is here, we also use the caveras and banana fibers we knit, and we have managed to produce a cape which is here. So further that we also produce our ropes for the nursery kids for playing out of the lids of the containers which they don't compose, which is here. We normally remove this small one for producing this rope in the container.
Gloria Munguti, the chairperson of Hope to Reach Group in Ombokoro Parish in Teregu district, said they started the group to make reusable pads. This is after the group discovered a number of girls and women lack access to factory-made disposable pads and decided to make reusable pads locally and cheaply sold.
We started it because when we move around the community, we find there was poor menstrual management, especially faced by young ladies from the age of 12 to 17. They have even made some to drop out of school.
So what has been the solution that you've provided?
So the solution we have come up with is getting the available materials to make reusable pads out of it.
So how do you make these reusable pads?
Okay, we make them in a group. After getting all the materials, we always come in a group, we do it communally.
Take me through the process of making a reusable. There's somebody out there who doesn't know how it is made. Can you explain for us?
Okay, fine. I'm sorry we don't come with the materials one by one, but they're already here. We have these baby clothes, we have some cotton wools inside there, some soft carpets inside there, and then the capsules and the logo. So we use those things to come up with other items there: thread, sewing machine, scissors, and many others.
What is the difference between reusable pads and disposable pads?
The difference is you can use this one 2 times and above, like for the other one. It just use the ones.
How about the cost effectiveness?
It's relatively fair. For like the other one, it is sold at 2,500, 3,000. Like ours, one piece is sold at 1,500. It can be used for 6 months and above.
What do you intend to do beyond the reusable pads? What is your sustainability plan?
Our sustainability plan is to supply the community, schools. Yeah, that is our main target.
In any case you win this money, the competition which is ongoing, what are you going to do with the money?
We are going to continue with the business, much as there is a high demand. And we are going to improve on our machines, like those ones for locking, the ones which you are using for making these capsules. Like for these ones, as I told you earlier, it can be used for 6 months. When it is old, when it has no more use, you can burn it.
Okay, what is the economic benefit to your group?
The economic benefit, it has improved on our standard of living by the income generation.
How much has your group been able to save from this?
We have saved, like, as we received the first $100, we have received on this part like 250 on top of that one. And we are making more, and there are more orders from various schools within here and the community also.
How much have you saved so far?
In our account there, we have saved 300.
Do you have people you have employed in your group or to come and help, especially when you receive orders to make them in bulk?
Yeah, we have that plan. Since we just have one machine, we don't see it much important for us to invite them because the machine is just one and we are 5, we are selling it. So we have the plan when the number of the machines increase, we shall involve so many people. And there are some people who are willing to come and be trained in our group here.
What lessons do you think other youths can learn from your innovation?
Other youths can learn from our innovation, the idea of mainly the teenagers, the ladies, they can learn the idea of protecting themselves. Like whenever we are selling these things, we first talk about the advantages to them so that they can be comfortable with it.
Viola Ate, the vice chairperson of rising group situated in Mvepi refugee settlement, resorted to making charcoal briquettes. This is to reduce the practice of cutting down trees for firewood and charcoal.
We have chosen to come up with this project because the cutting down, maybe people are practicing cutting down of trees in our villages. The rate is going too much. That's why we chosen to come up with making up briquettes, just that it reduces the rate of practicing cutting down of trees for charcoal burning and firewood.
Can you take us through the process of making charcoal briquettes? Just explain how it is made.
Making actually briquettes is like the support materials are grasses. If the grasses are not there, we can also use the sorghum stem. We first burn it, not to that extent of ash, just moderate, and we mix it with the cow dung. Then from there you add water on it, such that it will, then you come up with these briquettes here. Now the process of maybe coming up with the briquette, those mixed one, you just pick with that hand and put like this, we do like this. Then we come up with this cycle one. Now if you want to come with this shape, you do like this, such that it comes like this one.
How many can you be able to make in a day?
In a day, I'll make something like 200 pieces like this.
How much do you sell a briquette?
We have 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, just like that.
So do you have the market available?
Yes.
Do you think the effort to make charcoal briquettes will solve environmental degradation in the refugee settlement?
Yes.
How?
Actually, as if now we have that project, then we mobilize people. Maybe we advertise by posters so that they were able to know that this place had the briquettes, so that they will go and buy. And the briquettes that actually three of it like this will cook for you the whole day.
Tell us why people should use briquettes instead of firewood.
Using briquettes stops air pollution, and it also helps in reduction of the rate of deforestation. That's why we involve that briquettes. They will stop actually the rate of deforestation.
Has deforestation been rampant in your area?
It has been, but not all that.
Are people embracing the use of charcoal briquettes?
Yes, they are using.
Is it more pocket friendly compared to firewood?
Yes.
How? Tell us.
Actually, for the briquettes, you cannot even go like somewhere far to go and look for them like firewood, because looking for firewood takes you long distance. Then from there, you cannot even cook in a day very fast. Actually, your lunch will not come at a time because you are going for that. So the briquettes will enable you. You will go and buy. If you go and buy, you will just prepare each and everything at a time.
As a woman, what is the difference? How does it certainly, issues at home compared to looking for firewood?
Looking for firewood sometimes it leads to problems that will face those women. Other people, as in our village, we have identified that case of raping in maybe looking for firewood, snake bite. Now, the briquettes will enable those people, those kind of issues actually will not happen to them.
What are the things you use for making the briquettes?
We have the grasses, cow dung or goat dung, the sorghum stone also. This one here.
Put it like this.
Then,
If you want me to see.
actually, these are the materials we use. Now, these ones, after burning them, the product they will come with is this one. Now, from there, we use this one and we put this one, this cow dung into it. We mix it with water so that it gets for us the briquettes.
Are these materials readily available?
Yes.
Okay, what is your advice to people out there who still want to cut trees instead of embracing alternative source of energy?
We give them we teach them, or actually we encourage them the importance of using briquettes and how they are helpful to them and how they will also solve the problem that they will face when going for cutting down trees or practicing that actual cutting down of trees.
If the money they are going to award is given to you, what will you do with it?
We as a group, we first budget the money such that we can make some more briquettes than these ones here by buying some other materials that are missing and machines.
In terms of employing other people, have you been able to employ idle people around you?
Yes.
Like how many?
Something like 30 to 50.
So how much money would you say you've made after gaining this training?
After gaining the training, the money that actually we are having, 635.
What do you intend to do with the money?
We have to save it in our special group and also provide other materials so that we are able to make the qualities of our briquettes high.
My name is called Opan Joyce. In Hope Life group. In our group, we have identified the problem of malnutrition, which is the core problem in the community. So we have come up, since the high rate of malnutrition is high in Zone 2, we have come up with an innovative solution of it by growing vegetable and drying for sale to reduce the high rate of malnutrition in our locality. So we have found it out that we have learned something that we also, when growing our vegetable, we grow varieties of vegetables like tomatoes, onion, eggplant, okra, skuma, and so on. We grow them. After harvesting, we also have our solar dryer, because if you grow them in barley, you find that maybe keeping them or storing them become hard. We have our local solar dryer whereby we cut all our vegetable to be dried. We dry them, and it can also last for long, like a duration of 6 months and above. They cannot ferment or they cannot get rotten. We also keep them. We will also make sure that our dryer is clean and there's no dust that can enter in. We also make sure that Our vegetables are clean. Before cutting them, we first wash. So we find that the rate of malnutrition in our locality has a bit reduced.
What were the causes of this high malnutrition among children and pregnant women?
The causes of malnutrition among women and children, they are lacking vitamins and other vegetables which protect the bodies from getting other diseases, even these vegetables like okra, tomatoes, onion and others.
How do you grow these crops amidst the harsh environment? Sometimes in Bepi area, it receives low rainfall.
Okay, well, we grow them. Sometimes if there's no rainfall, we make sure that we water them.
Do you have available water?
Yes.
Or you have some irrigation system which is existing?
No, we have available water.
So what is your plan if this money is given to the group?
Our plan is to make sure that if this money is given to the group, we make sure that we grow them in bulk so that the malnutrition reduces.
Liberia Munduru, the Senior Operations Coordinator at the Rural Initiative for Community Empowerment, Rice West Nile, and Coordinator for the Upswift project, which started in 2023, said the project is funded by International Labour Organization, where the refugee and host community have been able to benefit from grant support. The Upswift program promotes innovative skills for the youth to protect the environment and become self-reliant.
Rice West Nile started implementing this project in 2023 September. That's when we had our first interface with this project. We had an inception meeting. We actually had two inception meetings. The first one was held at the district level, district headquarters, where we invited leaders at that district, OPM, sub-county leadership, and the district leadership from all the three sectors: security, technocrats, and the political wing, who participated in this inception meeting. The second meeting, we held it at the refugee settlement, where we invited the parish chiefs, some of the LC1s, the Refugee Welfare Council system, and also the OPM community services, plus development partners. Like UNHCR participated at the district level engagement, but also at the settlement level engagement. So after these inception meetings, we went into outreaches to create awareness about the Upshift program, and also to create awareness on how the youth can be enrolled into this program. This included sensitization events, but also we did applications for the youth to the boot camp, because the following activity after outreach was the boot camp. So during the outreaches, we received 818 applications from the youth. Of this, the 566 came from the host communities, and the other number was from the refugee community. So this was very exciting to know that people really wanted this opportunity. We did vetting, we did screening, and we were able to select 240 youth out of the 818. So these 240 youth were grouped into 5 members per group to make 48 groups. So we did boot camps for these 48 groups. The boot camp would last for 3 days. In this boot camp, what we basically do is, first of all, during the outreach, we told the youth to go and identify their community problems, vet them, and pick a core problem which they come with to the boot camp. So these youth identified their core problems, they discussed with their communities, they discussed with their local leaders, and they came with it to the boot camp. So while at the boot camp, we journeyed with them, analyzing the problem into details, and later we were able to train them on how they would analyze
but also they started generating innovative solutions to solve community problem, to create employment, and also to earn income from it. So in the first set of the boot camps, the youth identified 48 problems, and they also identified 48 solutions at that time. So after the boot camps, we did mentorship for them for 2 weeks. In this mentorship, they would understand their problem better, the solution. They started developing their prototypes. So after the first phase of the prototypes, these youth then came to a first pitching. In this pitching, they presented the prototypes. Prototypes, these are the baby steps they started taking on the solution to their problem. So when they developed these prototypes, they showed it to us during the first pitching. And in this pitching is where we selected 36 groups. And these 36 groups are a total of 180 youth. So the 36 groups, we journeyed with them for 7 weeks. For 7 weeks, and again doing mentorship. In this mentorship, the youth are doing research, they're doing a solution canvas, they're doing a journey, solution journeys and all that in the 7 weeks. So today, we have come here for our final meetup. Final meetup is the final pitching time. Because when we pitched the first time, it was for the 48 groups. We got 36 winning innovations that were developed further for 7 weeks, and then they have come back for the final meetup. This final meetup is actually where we've selected 10 winning innovations. And I must say it is a very, very impactful journey to the youth, but also to us as an organization. To the youth, the impact that I have seen is 3 key things. Number 1 is the social capital and networking. The youth have built social capital among their peers. They have networked with leaders, with private sector, with different other sectors, development partners, as they're doing research, as they're drawing their solution canvas, as they're looking for their target users for the solutions that they have created to the community problem. So with this social capital, I believe the youth are going to do better. Then the second impact I saw on the youth is the life skills they built. The leadership skills, the communication skills, self-esteem, the self-confidence. Because when we started, you will barely see someone is almost collapsing on stage because of stage fright. But as of today, they are so confident to speak. They have self-esteem. They can tell you, we researched this, we did this together, this is our innovation. For me, that was life skills was built as an impact of this project. And then thirdly, the seed fund of $100 that we gave them was more of a test to see that these youth are able to use this fund to build their innovations better. So in the first pitching, the 36 group that were awarded all got $100 US. That was worth 370,000 Ugandan shillings that all of them got. Before they got this money, they did budgets. They did their budgets, they did their business plan, but also the solution canvas, they started it. So we opened accounts with them, especially the ones in the host community were able to open bank accounts because they had all the documentation they needed. While for the refugee community, it was a bit difficult because some of them didn't have complete documentation. So we used other means of mobile money to send the money to them. So they all received, 36 groups received all the money, and they budgeted this money to develop their final solutions. So today, these groups that have been selected, the 10 winning innovations that have been selected, are going to receive $5,000 US, and we have procedures in which we are going to support them. One, the bank account, and they must have bankable, viable business plans. And so we will give this money to them. Before we give this money, we are going to journey with them again for 4 weeks as we see how they are going to use this money when it will be put into their accounts. And on the 30th, we are having the final summit in this final summit, the youth from different areas are going to Kampala. For us in West Nile here, as Rice West Nile, we are going to take 50 youth from 10 groups. So these youth are going to present the innovations again to the world out there, to show how much they have learned, to show the impact, and also the excitement that they have really grown in this project. So after that, they're going to receive dummy checks in Kampala, and then we work the nitty-gritties of the account, and we post this money into their accounts as we journey with them as they, to establish their businesses. So as an organization, the impact of this project to us is that we are able to see the youth grow from scratch, from nothing to somewhere. They have taken the first step, and we think this first step is very, very unforgettable to even the youth. The IAPSHIFT approach is a very beautiful approach because it initiates the mind. It's a self-sustaining approach that we are using, and we think we can use it to lobby more funds so that more youth benefit, even adolescents can be able to benefit. Mostly our youth here were out of school youth. Mostly we had very few who were in school. But eventually there are some that have completed some level, but still they do not have jobs. So these innovations have also created for them jobs. It is also going to generate income in a way, even if it's not salary, but they are self-employed. So for me, this program is something that we can further with other youth. If we get funding from different donors, or even from ILO or UNICEF, who are the biggest funders of this program, we will be happy to continue implementing this approach, because it's an approach that is mind-changing, it's impactful, but also it gives people the opportunity to be drivers of their lives, especially the young people. Thank you.
Just one about the issue of the replica effect and sustainability.
Yeah.
Those who specifically have gotten the opportunity for the 5,000 US dollars, what do you expect of them once they are able to get this money and their communities? How can they have trickle down with other community members among them? It could be through employment, but also making others learn.
The trickle down effect of this is really, really big. And I must start by saying that this initiation of the problem, let me say the problem statement was generated by this youth based on a community problem. For example, a group that is doing the issue of fecal matter in the community, Rise and Shine, they're in Zone 4. They have a challenge of sinking pit latrines. A pit latrine can hardly go 10 feet in that community because of the rocky nature. So this group has come up with an innovation of having mobile toilet, and they're recycling the waste, the fecal matter. That means anyone can put it in their bedroom. They have a portable toilet in their bedroom, and they're able to have a center where they dispose the fecal matter for them to turn it into manure. So you'll already see that the community is not going to suffer with the issue of spread of fecal matter within the community, especially during rain season. They have been struggling. Toilets actually collapse. So they are going to solve that problem, but also they are bringing in manure for sale. So that then means they are able to relate. There's a group that is also doing farming on rocks using sack. They are going to get this manure for farming. So they are benefiting in two ways. The community is already benefiting from the fecal matter being collected in one place hygienically, and then they're also benefiting from manure. And the group has a dream of generating electricity using this fecal matter in the future when it collects biogas and all that. So for me, that is already a big impact. The fact that this program makes communities or the youth to generate problems right from the community is already an impact.
Environmental protection has been so vivid in most of the innovations, especially those doing energy, tackle briquettes, but also recycling of plastic waste.
Yeah.
Do you think it is a good, sustainable way of protecting our environment?
Yeah, in the era of climate change, the innovations around climate change adaptation, I should say, are very great. We have groups that are doing briquettes but also they're doing energy saving cook stoves. Now these briquettes they're doing are from agricultural waste. So it is a very good conservation, greening of the environment, but also it's a good conservation strategy for the areas in which we are, because they're addressing deforestation challenges, but also charcoal challenges for women who are struggling. The briquettes they're making, the group that actually won this, their briquette lasts for about 6 to 7 hours. That means cooking of the whole day is done within one cooking time. So it reduces on so many things. Issues of girls being raped while they go to and collect firewood, issue of distance, issue of cooking time, issue of saving energy, issue of cutting down trees. So it's a very good strategy that the youth are able to innovate. Others have also innovated solar sun dryers for vegetables to avoid wastage of vegetables, because oftentimes people think vegetables should only be fresh. Yes, these ones are fresh but dried. So during dry season, they are able to continue consuming the vegetable and getting the food value that is in it. So they are very good innovations for climate change adaptation, but also they are good innovations for environmental protection.
The final 10 groups each got the grant of $5,000 to improve on their business and expand to better their growth. 50 youth from the 10 groups were selected to present their business ideas in Kampala. This is as part to fight climatic change and solve the problem of unemployment in the refugee and host communities. Report compiled by Robert Ariaka for the news.